They're turning now to California, where families of some 13 soldiers who were killed in the bombing in Afghanistan shared their grief and their anger with the public today. In a forum arranged by California Congressman Darrell Issa, Gold Star families spoke publicly for the first time about losing their loved ones nearly 2 years ago during the chaotic and deadly evacuation from Afghanistan. They blame top military and diplomatic leaders for conditions that allowed a suicide bomber to kill their loved ones.
I'm calling out Secretary Blinken, Secretary Austin, General Milley, General McKenzie. You all need to resign immediately.
In August of 2021, an ISIS suicide bomber attacked the Abbey Gate outside Kabul airport. That's where thousands of Afghans had gathered, desperate to flee the country as the Taliban seized control. The attack killed 13 U.S. troops, 11 Marines, a soldier, and a sailor, all of them between the ages of 20 and 31. NewsNation's Joe Khalil joins us live with more on today's hearings. And Joe, it's really difficult to hear these families and their gut-wrenching testimony.
It was an incredibly emotional day today, Elizabeth, and all those faces you just showed. You got to remember, the people we heard from today were their parents. Many of them are still grieving those losses from 2 years ago, still fresh in their minds. They say that there are a lot of questions they have about that fateful day of that bombing that they still don't have answers to, and that's frustrating to them. And many clearly want to get at least an apology or an acknowledgement from the administration that they made mistakes.
I feel I deserve real answers, real truths, real facts, and someone to be held accountable for the failures that occurred that took my son's life.
A call for accountability and a somber reminder of one of the darkest days in modern American memory. Family of the 13 American service members killed during the chaotic pullout from Afghanistan in August of 2021 spoke out today for the first time in a public congressional hearing, demanding more answers and grieving together.
He told me, Mom, I now know that the command cares nothing for us. My son, these 12 others left this earth thinking that their command cared nothing for them.
The 13 American service members, along with 170 Afghan civilians, were killed after an ISIS-K member detonated a suicide bomb just outside the Kabul airport. Today, the Gold Star families, like Christina Shamblin, mother of Sergeant Nicole Gee, were emotional and angry.
When our leaders, including the Secretary of Defense and our Commander-in-Chief, call this evacuation a success, as if there should be celebration, it is like a knife in the heart.
The families demanding more information on how the calls were made that led to the chaos in the first place, why the order was given to keep the gate near the airport open, knowing the possibility of an attack was probable. Some asked directly for the Biden administration to at least acknowledge mistakes were made.
I'm pissed off. I'm very, very angry.
Mark Schmitz, whose Marine son Jared was killed, couldn't attend the hearing, but says he and other families will continue to push Congress and the Biden administration for more information. He says the pain of his son Jared's loss is still fresh.
Of course, there's a lot of pain. You know, it doesn't get any easier. There's a hole now that can't ever be filled.
Elizabeth, we did get a response from the Pentagon today here. They sent us a statement that says here, quote, the Department of Defense expresses our deepest condolences to the Gold Star families who lost loved ones during the tragic bombing at Abbey Gate. We're forever grateful for their service, sacrifice, and committed efforts during the evacuation operations. We commend the historic and monumental efforts of all of our servicemen and women who served honorably during the withdrawal period from Afghanistan. So trying to express some empathy there, Elizabeth, but I imagine that those families, for them, a statement like that certainly is not going to be good enough.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.